Imagine a life where you are not beholden to a 9-to-5 job. A life where you have the freedom to pursue your passions and interests without worrying about your next paycheck. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But what if we told you that it's achievable through a concept known as financial independence, retire early, or simply the FIRE movement? Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is financial independence? It's a state of being where you have enough income to pay for your living expenses for the rest of your life, without having to be employed or dependent on others. It's about having the financial means to make choices that allow you to enjoy life and spend your time as you wish. But how do you achieve this state of financial independence? That's where the FIRE movement comes into play. The FIRE movement is not just about having enough money to retire early, it's a lifestyle choice that advocates for frugality, intense savings, and investment to achieve financial freedom. The principles of the FIRE movement challenge the traditional work-retiree model. Instead of working until you're 65 and then retiring, the FIRE movement encourages you to save and invest aggressively so you can retire much earlier and spend your time doing things you love, be it traveling, volunteering, starting a business, or simply spending more time with your loved ones. Over the course of this video, we'll be delving deeper into the principles of the FIRE movement, discussing strategies to help you achieve financial independence, and sharing stories of individuals who've successfully adopted this lifestyle. Our aim is to empower you with the knowledge and tools to take control of your financial future. So, are you ready to break free from the shackles of the traditional work-retire model? Are you ready to embrace a life of financial independence where you are in control of your time and money? If your answer is yes, then you're in the right place. Stay tuned as we break down the principles of the FIRE movement and how it can lead to a life of financial independence. The FIRE movement at its core is about saving and investing aggressively to achieve financial independence. It's not about retiring early and doing nothing, it's about having the freedom to do what you love without financial constraints. The acronym FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. And it's a lifestyle movement that's been gaining momentum since its inception in the early 90s. The movement was born from the pages of Your Money or Your Life, a book by Vicki Robin and Joe Dominguez that proposed an alternative to the traditional work-retiree model. Instead of working for 40 years or more to retire at 65, the FIRE movement encourages people to live frugally and save a large portion of their income. The idea is to accumulate enough wealth to achieve financial independence at a much earlier age, often in their 40s or even 30s. But remember, the FIRE movement isn't about retiring in the traditional sense. The retire early part may be misleading. It's not about sitting around doing nothing. It's about having the financial freedom to pursue your passions, whether that's traveling, starting your own business, or even working part-time in a job you love. The key to the FIRE movement is the high saving and investing rate. While most financial advisors recommend saving 10 to 15% of your income, the FIRE movement suggests saving 30, 40, or even 50% or more. This aggressive saving and investing approach can significantly speed up the journey to financial independence. The goal of the FIRE movement is to create a lifestyle that isn't dependent on a traditional job. It's about achieving a level of financial stability where work becomes a choice rather than a necessity. It's about living life on your own terms, not dictated by financial constraints. So, how does one achieve this financial independence? Let's explore the key principles of the FIRE movement. The first principle of the FIRE movement is to live frugally. This means cutting back on unnecessary expenses and living well below your means. Now let's dive into this a little deeper. Living frugally doesn't mean you have to give up all of life's pleasures and live like a hermit. It's more about making conscious decisions about where your money goes and finding creative ways to save without sacrificing your quality of life. Think of it as a lifestyle choice, not a punishment. Frugality in the FIRE movement is all about maximizing the value of every dollar you earn. It's about distinguishing between wants and needs, and prioritizing the latter. It's about making your money work for you instead of you working for your money. It's about understanding that every dollar saved is a step closer to financial independence. One key aspect of this principle is that it allows individuals to save a substantial portion of their income. How substantial, you ask? Well, adherents of FIRE aim to save at least 50% of their income. Some even manage to save as much as 70%. You might be thinking, that's impossible. But remember, this is where the frugality comes in. By cutting back on non-essential expenses and living well below your means, you create the possibility to save more. But saving is just one side of the coin. The other side is what you do with those savings, and this is where the FIRE movement really stands out. It's not just about hoarding money, but about investing it wisely to generate passive income. This income, in turn, can replace your active income, leading you towards financial independence. Investments can take many forms, from stocks and bonds to real estate and side businesses. The key is to find investment opportunities that work for you, that align with your risk tolerance, and that have the potential to generate steady returns over time. But living frugally is only part of the equation. The next principle is where the magic really happens. The second principle of the FIRE movement is to invest aggressively. This isn't about risky investments, but rather about taking a disciplined approach to investing. In the world of FIRE, investing is not just a passive hobby, it's an active strategy. Its importance cannot be overstated. It's the engine that drives the financial independence vehicle forward. The FIRE movement encourages us to put our money to work, to let it grow and multiply. It's about transforming the fruits of our labor today into the seeds of our financial freedom tomorrow. It's about creating a stream of passive income that can cover our living expenses. Investing isn't about getting rich quick, it's about growing wealth steadily over time. It's about harnessing the power of compounding interest, the eighth wonder of the world, as Albert Einstein once described it. In the FIRE movement, we're not just saving money, we're growing it. We're not just accumulating wealth, we're cultivating it. We're not just preserving capital, we're multiplying it. The approach to investing in the FIRE movement is disciplined and strategic. It's about diversification, asset allocation, and rebalancing. It's about understanding the markets, the trends, and the cycles. It's about making informed decisions, not impulsive ones. Investing in the FIRE movement is not about chasing the latest hot stocks or jumping on the newest investment fads. It's about buying and holding, about investing in low-cost index funds, and about reinvesting dividends. It's about understanding that volatility is not our enemy, but our ally. It's about recognizing that market downturns are not disasters, but opportunities. It's about realizing that the journey to financial independence is not a sprint, but a marathon. Investing in the FIRE movement is about more than just making money. It's about creating financial security, achieving financial freedom, and living life on our own terms. Now that we've covered the principles, you might be wondering how they come together to create financial independence. The path to financial independence through the FIRE movement involves a delicate balance of living frugally and investing aggressively. Now you may be wondering, how do these two principles intertwine to create a harmonious path towards financial independence? Let's dive into it. Living frugally is about more than just cutting coupons or skipping that morning latte. It's a mindset, a lifestyle choice that prioritizes long-term financial goals over short-term pleasures. It's about understanding the value of money, not as an end in itself, but as a tool to achieve freedom. By reducing expenses, you can save a significant portion of your income, which can then be used to fuel your investments. That's where the second principle comes in, investing aggressively. Now, this isn't about taking reckless risks. Rather, it's about understanding the power of compound interest and the potential of the stock market. It's about putting your money to work in a way that can yield substantial returns over time. And the more you invest, the quicker your wealth grows, accelerating your journey towards financial independence. But here's the crucial part. These two principles don't exist in isolation. They complement each other. The frugality allows you to save more, and the more you save, the more you can invest. It's a virtuous cycle that propels you towards your goal. This path may seem daunting, but remember, it's not a race, it's a journey. And like any journey, it requires patience, commitment, and a clear vision of the destination. It's not about depriving yourself, but about making informed decisions that align with your financial goals. And what's the end goal? It's not necessarily about retiring early, though that's certainly an option. It's about achieving a level of financial freedom that allows you to pursue your passions, to live life on your own terms, without the constraints of a traditional job. And there you have it, the blueprint to achieving financial independence through the FIRE movement. Remember, it's not about retiring early, but about having the freedom to live life on your own terms.